4 rows back on your left.
Hi, Dave. Congratulations.
Thanks, Steve.
Don't hold back any superlatives. Talk about your starting pitcher's performance.
Outstanding, uber competitive, special. Yeah, he was just locked in tonight. It was one of those things he said before the series, losing is not an option, and he had that look tonight.
Other questions for Doc? We'll go to the last row in the back.
Sticking with pitching, Yamamoto was throwing a lot of splitters early, then went to his cut fastball the second round around the Jays order, then to his fastball second time around the order, then to his cutter last time around the order. Was that more of a game plan thing or a control thing?
That was more of a feel, read, and react thing. The great thing about Yoshi is he has 4 pitches to get lefties out, righties out, and you're reading hitters and making adjustments. I thought Will Smith did a fantastic job. I thought Mark Pryor did a great job game planning, and Yoshi executed.
Russ, 4th row, straight back.
Hey, Doc. Yoshinobu hasn't pitched in as many postseasons as most of your roster, yet time and time again in these situations, high pressure, he seems to perform. What is it about maybe his personality that allows him to pitch like this in these moments?
I think, he's pitched in huge ball games in Japan. He's pitched in the WBC. And, players that have the weight of a country on their shoulders, that's pressure. And so I just feel that part of his DNA is to just perform at a high level in big spots and control his heartbeat and just continue to make pitches. So, he could have won another, 30, 40 pitches tonight.
I'll stay there with Jake.
Will struggled last postseason, and it seemed as if during the regular season this year, you guys were a little bit more intentional about managing his workload in order to have him be ready for this time of the season. Is tonight kind of what you envisioned when you instituted that plan?
It was, but last year he was banged up and wasn't playing well in September and through the postseason. This year, certainly managing his workload, and then he fractures his hand, and so I think the last week, that week off, I think got him over the hump, and it was the first time in a while he's pulled a ball like that, so I think that's part of the healing process.
And then overall, does he look fresher and healthier to you right now than he did at this point last year?
Absolutely. And the catching is such a demanding position, but I think overall mental clarity, the body's fresh.
3rd row on your far left, Tyler.
You may have touched on it right there, but with Will, despite the injury, he had maybe his best year offensively, and he's always been pretty good. But how has he gotten better? How has he developed as a player over the 7 years you've had him?
I think the game calling, the relationship with the pitchers has continued to get better. He's always had the bat to ball, the ability to hit to all fields, the ability to hit versus left versus right. He understands when to pick his spots. He does his homework. And I think at the end of the day, he's a guy that just doesn't panic. He's really got a flatline heartbeat, and in the postseason, that's what you need.
In the row behind, AJ.
Dave, given the way the game was going, with both pitchers pitching the way they were, what did it feel like in the dugout when Will hit the home run and then Max followed him?
Huge relief. Goss was throwing the baseball really well. We were in between, I thought, offensively with the fastball. And, when Will, got into that 3-2 count, just missed the 3-1 heater. And then they went to the well again and, hit a homer. And there was just complete elation. We felt that the way Yamamoto is throwing, runs are certainly going to be hard to come by. And then when Max backed it up with another homer, just huge relief. And then to build an inning after that was big. But, yeah, that homer, kind of a big exhale from the dugout.
Right up front, Dylan.
Dave, I'm guessing after that first inning, you're not thinking he's going 9. How did your bullpen plan kind of evolve over the course of that game? And at what point did you think, shoot, he might be able to finish this thing?
After that first inning, I was thinking 6. I felt he would find a way to get through 6. It's an aggressive swinging team. I thought the stuff was good, so I felt that he could manage to get through 6. And then the pitch count kind of stayed where it needed to stay. And then for me, I just didn't see anything fall off as far as his delivery and the execution.
And he said that you guys really didn't talk about going out in the 9th?
No,
Like the
no,
season?
it was a no-brainer.
Up front to your left, Ron.
You were around to see Oral in your teenage years, and you've seen and heard all the stories about Sandy. As you've watched the last two games, does it seem to you like a throwback to a different era?
It's yes. I think that you look at Yamamoto. It's kind of the throwback in the sense of when he starts a game, he expects to finish it, and he'll go as long as I let him. But that's his intent.
Go to Barry straight ahead, Doc.
Hey, Doc. So following that up, it would seem to me this is like the first Dodger complete game in the World Series since Oral pitched 2 in the 1988 World Series. As far as history goes, and you're a student of history, what does that feel like for you? I think obviously it's the first one in the 5 you've managed. So, and I think this is like the third since Jack Morris. How do you feel about all that?
Well, I love it. I love feeling that the starter is the best option to go 6, 7, 8, and what Yamamoto's doing 9 innings. And you got to be efficient. You got to have the weapons to be able to take down a lineup 3 times, 4 times, whatever it is. And you got to want to do it. And so he is a throwback player. He works really hard in his prep and his delivery and the mindset. So for me, it's a lot of fun to root for a guy, and you feel good about leaving a guy like that in.
And now he's done it in back-to-back games.
And he's done it in back-to-back postseason games.
Couple last ones for Doc. Anything else? All right, we will let Doc go. We'll
All
see
right,
you in
thanks,
LA,
guys.
Doc.
Yep.